evening and welcome to this edition of the Evening News for today, Saturday, October 29, 2022. I am Jemima Holmes. Thank you for tuning in. In the headlines this evening, family of 5 homeless after Bath settlement fire. SURINAMESE crushed to death in BERBICE. Guyanese men on mission to tackle societal issues. 900 million revolving funds set up to boost forestry sector. And new GPC awards successful NGSA students with bursaries. Now for the news in detail. We begin tonight's newscast by telling you that Guyanese men are on a mission to reposition the role of the male population in society by tackling issues such as violence against women and children and taking on a more responsible role. Bishop Mohammed has the details.
The Men on Mission initiative was launched on Friday evening by President Dr. Irfan Ali at the GDF Sports Ground in the presence of hundreds of men from various sections of society who will be leading this movement. According to the head of state, men have dropped the ball in families and societies, but through the Mom Initiative, Guyanese males are now to pick up that ball to support women and equally shoulder responsibilities.
We are the root cause of much problems in society. We are the root cause of much problems in society. It is now our time to be the root of solution, to be the root of positivity, to be the root that makes a difference, to be a root that builds a support system. Men on mission will be the foundation to remove violence against women and children. This is not the responsibility for women. This is the responsibility for us to work with each other. We must make the change.
The president noted that the mission is about shouldering a shared responsibility and demonstrating the collective will to take actions in order to create better males in society. He said that the movement will focus on reversing the societal failure to confront critical issues affecting the men population and finding permanent solutions. This includes educating young boys and men.
But we as men will be failing our societies and failing our communities if we believe that education is not important, if we believe that we don't have a responsibility to educate ourselves. That is why an important part of Men on Mission is to work with boys all across the country. And not only boys, to work with girls also, to ensure that we do coaching, mentoring, motivation to get back our boys and girls, but especially our boys in school, in a learning environment, and build back their positivity towards education and learning.
Men on Mission will also place emphasis on having males adopt a more responsible and healthier lifestyle, an approach that will be radical so that every man across the country is reached.
We are building a network that will reach you. We are mobilizing from every field. We are using the institutional structure of the regions, the health system, the army, the police, the fire, the prison services, the religious community, civil society, the school system. All of these institutions will be unleashed to match the systemic approach in addressing these issues.
This Men on Mission initiative will involve 1,000 men from various segments of society, including the joint services, the sport fraternity, the entertainment industry, community workers, the religious fraternity, and the business sector, among others. Bishop Mohammed, The Evening News.
5 persons, including a 2-year-old infant, are now homeless after a massive fire destroyed their Bath Settlement West Coast BERBICE home this morning. Bashkanan Baldio, his wife Bibi Narima Khan, and their 3 children, ages 18, 15, and 2, lost all their belongings, including a motor car valued at $3.3 million in the blaze. Baldio told the Evening News that the fire started sometime around 8 hours, and at the time time, his 15-year-old daughter was at home alone. He said the teenager told him that she was in the bottom flat of the house when she heard things falling upstairs. Upon investigating, the teen saw the upper flat of the house fully engulfed in flames and made her way out of the house for her safety. The fire service was summoned to the scene, but despite their efforts to save the building, the house was completely destroyed. An investigation was launched to determine the origin of the fire. We now tell you that with assistance from Demerara Bank Limited, the Guyana government has set up a $900 million revolving fund to increase the production capacity of the forestry sector. Let's have a look.
President Dr. Irfan Ali made this announcement while delivering brief remarks at a Guyana Forestry Commission stakeholders engagement at the GFC Kingston office on Friday. The head of state said that with the funds, the government and the commission will place more emphasis on the development and expansion of small and medium-scale loggers and community loggers associations.
We will set aside $300 million in a revolving fund from the government. And Demerara Bank has agreed with me to set aside $600 million to back the $300 million. That is $900 million at an interest rate unbelievable of 4%. So we are now going to unleash $900 million to the market to step up production so that we can meet the demand, especially for the value-added product, and to push this sector, to give this sector a real boost, because we are very concerned about the production level and where it should be to meet our national demands in the markets that we're building.
The head of state explained that his administration will work along with the bank to pre-qualify persons based on recommendations from the GFC. However, as government continue to invest in infrastructure, loggers are being encouraged to do their part in accelerating the sector. During the meeting, President Ali also met with staff from the GFC, during which the late payment of salaries were raised. To remedy this, the president said a $100 million advance will be given to the GFC to ensure that all of their staff are paid on time. The Minister of Natural Resources, Vikram Bharat, and other government officials were also at the stakeholders' engagement. When the PPPC administration took office in August 2020, it inherited a grossly mismanaged forestry sector, but through various interventions and initiatives implemented by the government, this industry has made a turnaround in 2021. In fact, the GFC's monthly revenue collection was increased from $70 million in 2019 to over $90 million in 2021, while over 100 new concessions were issued to small loggers. Lawanda McAllister for the Evening News.
Gerald Bryan joins us now to report that the government of Guyana has approved the local content master plan of ExxonMobil subsidiary SO Exploration and Production Guyana Limited, as well as SIPEM and Gulf Engineering Services Guyana Limited. Here are the details.
The Local Content Act requires companies in the oil sector to submit 5-year master plans on how they intend to promote local content. Earlier this week, EEPGL, the operator in the Stabroek block, became one of the latest companies to have their 5-year local content master plans approved. Local content plans for SIPEM Guyana, the subsidiary of the Italian firm doing Exxon's offshore installations, and Gulf Engineering Services were also approved. Natural Resources Minister Vikram Bharat was present at the signing. He reminded the companies of some of the challenges faced by suppliers, such as cash flow and the need to reduce payment periods. The minister also revealed that the government is discussing with commercial banks to have contracts lodged as collateral. Meanwhile, EPGL President Alistair Routledge described the signing as a step in the direction of ensuring local content. Just a week prior, the local content plans for 11 companies providing oil support services were approved. Jarrell Bryan, The Evening News.
A Surinamese national was on Friday killed after being crushed by a motor lorry in East BERBICE Region 6. The dead man has been so far identified as Corjo, called Pikachu, of Paramaribo, Suriname. The incident occurred at sometime around 14 hours in the Currentine riverine community of Evan Creek. According to reports, the deceased and the businessman of Crabwood Creek had left for the community of Evan Creek on an errand. Upon returning to the landing, the businessman and Pikachu were standing in the tray of the truck behind the cabin when Pikachu attempted to take a drink of water. While doing so, the truck bounced on the trail and Pikachu fell between the tray and the cabin, resulting in the right side back wheels of the vehicle running over him. The injured man was picked up in an unconscious state and taken to the Skeldon Public Hospital, where he was pronounced dead on arrival. Pikachu's body is at the Anthony's Funeral Home, awaiting a post-mortem examination and official identification. Coming up on the other side of the break, new GPC awards successful NGSA students with bursaries. Please stay tuned.
Looking to bring your dream home to reality? Or simply taking on a home improvement project? Then National Hardware Limited is where you should start. Let us put that touch to your home. Choose from over 1,000 Berger Paint original hues for any surface. We are known for our trusted brands such as Westinghouse, Philips, Sadco, Rubbermaid, Pyrex, Gibson Home, and so much more. National Hardware Limited, your do-it-best store. Located in downtown Georgetown and industrial site Rhymeville.
Wash Bay operators, are you looking for that unique service to elevate your business? Well, come on down to your #1 industrial store, Sylvie's, and invest in an undercarriage pressure washer tool. That's right, impress your customers by now washing under their vehicles easy and efficiently with an undercarriage tool. We have in stock different types that offer a wider range of services and can increase your revenue without having to invest in expensive ramps. Your customers are going to leave satisfied. So what are you waiting for? If you can't make it to our 31 High and Hatfield Streets location, we can deliver in and around Georgetown. Give us a call on 227-6226 or WhatsApp us on 623-7755 or visit our website sylviesonline.com. Sylvie's Industrial Solution, proudly serving Guyana for over 4 decades. Contractors, let the quality of your road constructions speak for themselves by investing in a walk-behind vibratory roller from Sylvie's. Apart from improving productivity, our roller provides better compaction for soil and asphalt. Designed with the ability to turn, this machine also offers great flexibility for precise work near walls and sidewalks. Order it now before it's gone at sylviesonline.com or at our 31 High and Hatfield Street store.
Welcome back. You're watching the Evening News. The New Guyana Pharmaceutical Corporation, New GPC, on Friday awarded several children of its employees who were successful at this year's National Grade 6 Assessment examinations, with bursaries for their performance at the examinations. Here is Rupa Sinarayan with the details.
For 5 years, each child will receive a cash prize of $50,000, given that they perform with a minimum pass rate of 60% each term. This is also extended for those who choose to further their education at the 6th form level. Hampers are usually handed over with school items, but since the COVID-19 pandemic, devices are also gifted.
We would have went down a different avenue of offering devices, which will aid the children to access online learning. Now we are back in school. These devices could still be used to assist you in your studies and in your assignment needs. It is the company's endeavor that these students will use all of what is being awarded to you today to strive your best, to do your best, to achieve what you are meant to achieve.
Company Secretary Sean Noel indicated that this bursary is also a motivational tool for students to excel and extend their best effort.
It matters more on the person you become. That is what really matters at the end of the day. So whether you decide for yourself that you're going to focus on your schooling and your personal development, or whether you decide that you're going to focus on friends and doing your own thing, at the end of the day, it is what you decide you want to become.
Former bursary awardee Marvin Scott also advised the awardees to be their greatest asset.
It's all about figuring out where you want to be, what you want to do, and it's okay if that changes 10 times. It's okay if that changes 20 times. It's not going to be okay with your parents, and that's fine. They figured it out for them. This is where you have to figure it out for you. This is your playground. Everything that happens in high school is completely up to you. The friends you make, the subjects you choose to like.
Rupa Sinarayan, The Evening News.
The Presidential Youth Advisory Council, which was created back in August to have youths actively participating in every level of the decision-making process, has been working on a series of initiatives to target young people. Rupa Sinarayan reports.
The multi-member Youth Advisory Council comprises young professionals from various fields ranging from medicine, academia, science and environment, law, military, sport, and students from throughout Guyana. Speaking with the media on Friday, President Dr. Irfan Ali shared that projects are being pursued in the area of mental health, education, and social issues, among others.
Well, the Youth Advisory Council has been working. They've been meeting, they're working on a number of plans. I know that in my last conversation with them, they were working on a plan for mental health, looking at education, the education system, seeing ways in which they can work with the schools, doing career guidance. They're looking at some social programs in different communities.
Moreover, work is also being done in agriculture to generate greater youth involvement and ensure that these persons gain access to capital to expand their ventures.
They're looking at agricultural projects, bringing together youth involvement in agriculture, expanding their opportunity to gain access to capital, looking at now at helping young people in writing business proposal, putting together a professional group to support them. So a lot of work is going on.
When the council was launched a few months ago, President Ali had posited that every policy decision made at the municipal, regional, and national levels in Guyana would be reflective of the involvement of the Youth Advisory Council. This, he had explained, is to ensure that those policies and programs bring the type of goods and services the government wants to deliver to people. Rupa Sinarayan, The Evening News.
In this report, you will hear that persons needing to undergo computerized tomography (CT) scanning at the Georgetown Public Hospital will no longer be required to pay for this service. This will not only save citizens that expense, but would also improve treatment time at the GPHC. Here's Lawanda McAllister with more.
This was announced on Friday by GPHC's Chief Executive Officer Robbie Rabaran after meeting with the Board of Directors. This offer of free CT scans will take effect from November 1st, 2022. In a statement on Friday, the GPHC explained that cost of a scan varies, and the hospital's management realized that this places a heavy financial strain on patients. With the introduction of this free service, patients will now be saving as much as between $15,000 to $52,000. Moreover, the public hospital noted that this fee removal will also assist in expediting the treatment and care of the patients at the GPHC. This move by the GPHC comes on the heels of the New Amsterdam Public Hospital in Region 6 offering CT scans free of cost after installing a brand new equipment in October 2020. Since the installation 2 years ago, more than 1,600 CT imaging were done free of charge. Raid Aid International in 2016 had handed over the new CT scanner valued at approximately $200 $300,000 US to the then Ministry of Public Health, but the equipment was never installed or operationalized. Lawanda McAllister, The Evening News.
President Dr. Irfan Ali on Friday night graced the gathering of several top marketing and business executives from NGSA McCall, who were celebrating the conglomerate's milestone of 30 years operating in Guyana. As the company's leaders shared their journey thus far, Commerce Minister Onij Walrond pushed for the continued support of Guyanese products and businesses. More in this report.
First steered by the progressive mind of Paul Chan Esu in 1994, then Beverly Harper in 2008, and now Troy Cadogan, NGSA McCall has grown in the distribution industry since setting up shop in Guyana 30 years ago. The company saw it fit to celebrate their milestone on Friday evening at the Guyana Marriott Hotel, where Tourism, Industry and Commerce Minister Onij Walrond highlighted their stellar track record in providing opportunities for Guyanese producers and encouraged the company to continue supporting Guyanese businesses.
As we look forward to your next 30 years in Guyana, I wish, as I'm always inclined to do on these occasions, to extend the challenge. At the launching of the mini-mart facility last July, my challenge was for you to maximize the offerings of Guyanese products in your retail offerings, to give our products more prominence of place amongst the others in your inventory. You took up that challenge. The occasion of a 30-year anniversary, I think, demands something much more substantial. But we can think of it not so much of a challenge, but an invitation. I would challenge or invite you to think of what the economic landscape in Guyana would look like in the year, say, 2052, with the benefit of a 30-year planning horizon. What we would like to see is NGSA being not only a distributor in Guyana for foreign products, but a distributor overseas for Guyanese products.
In his time at the mic, NGSA McCall CEO Sapgut III spoke of their journey to prominence in the land of many waters and reaffirmed their commitment to Guyana's development.
I wish to affirm unequivocally that we remain steadfast and poised to deepen our partnership with the government and the people of Guyana in this very exciting phase of Guyanese development. We're proud to be part of the landscape and part of this progressive country that recognizes the importance of not just building for the sake of building, but for building economic resilience through early diversification, investment in human capital, and institutional capacity in the systems that support it, as well as pioneering in the managing of natural resources to assure sustainable development.
In a fitting celebration of their services that range from beverage distribution to motor sales, paint sales, and now mini-marts, NGSA McCall will be completing the Jubilee Arch at Cummings Lodge.
This year, as part of the celebration of our 30th anniversary in Guyana, we are currently furnishing this arch with solar panels and solar lighting. The lights will be officially powered on in December of this year and will illuminate the city and surrounding communities.
Lawanda McAllister, The Evening News.
We'll now take a look at the bridge reports.
There is no scheduled retraction at the Demerara Harbour Bridge for Sunday, October 30th, 2022. However, the BERBICE River Bridge is expected to be closed at 7 hours 30 on Sunday, October 30th, 2022 for a period of 1.5 hours.
And now for the local stock exchange market compliments of GASI. Tej Chandrapal gets Windies call-up against Australia, lone Guyanese in Test squad. This and more coming up in the Sportcast, sponsored by Macorp.
It happens. Your septic tank is full. All the waste from your toilet goes into your septic tank through the sewage line. When your tank is full, the two most common indicators are an overflowing tank and an overflowing toilet. It is recommended that Sevon's Waste Management empty your septic tank every 2 to 3 years to avoid any embarrassment. And before you can say, shh, it's gone. Call Sevon's Waste Management today at 218-1455 or 218-1156.
Superbet com certeza a sua melhor escolha. Com mais de 200 jogos online com Superbet, você aposta é para ganhar. Cadastre-se hoje, tá esperando o quê? Basta acessar o www.superbet.gy. Clicar em registrar e você já está apto a participar. Lembrando que o Superbet não é recomendado para menores de 18 anos.